Hi everyone, I'm Simbongile from Careers Portal. Today I'll be joined by Jaryd from the Knowledge Trust. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about internships, learnerships, and what the Knowledge Trust has to offer South Africans. Hi Jaryd, how are you?
How's it, Sim? I am a healthy balance of ecstatic and exhausted.
Why are you exhausted?
We have recently run a campaign for KFC, or a KFC franchise in the Eastern Cape. And Careers Portal was a fantastic partner in helping us get this out there. But they gave us a crazy task. We had to recruit 100 learners across 38 KFC branches in 10 days, which was a big challenge. Yeah, we received just under 25,000 applications. And yeah, it's just been a week that I haven't slept, but that is a very good reason to not sleep when the unemployment rates in the Eastern Cape is so high and so many people are looking for work. So that's why I said healthy balance of exhausted but ecstatic. We're changing lives, and as a result, I'm not sleeping.
So you keep saying we. Who is we? What is it exactly that you do?
Yeah, thanks for asking. So background is I'm the founder of Trusted Interns, but Trusted Interns merged with the Knowledge Trust in May last year. And the Knowledge Trust is an organization on a mission to make education more accessible to more people more often, sustainably. And we do that because we want to realize our vision of a world where everybody has an equal opportunity to reach their full potential. So we do a lot of work in the employment space, as we always have, to help unemployed youth get their first job. But education and employment are directly linked. So we, as the Knowledge Trust, it's our team. We are 11 people in total based across South Africa. And we work tirelessly every single day to help young people take that next step forward, whether it means getting a bursary, getting a learnership, or getting a job.
Why is it that you do the work that you do?
Young people represent 60% of our population. And at the moment, 63.1% of the young people in society are either not in employment or training or education. And that is a huge segment and a huge talent pool of individuals in our country who are just not economically active. They're not able to support themselves. They're not able to support their families. They're not able to support their communities. And we will never, ever progress towards a inclusive and prosperous society and country until we include every single person. And for us, we just chose, we would love to help everyone, but right now our primary focus is young people. And why we chose internships, learnerships, and bursaries. In fact, I think I'm going to focus on one today. So, you know how much different stuff that we do, but our main focus at the moment is learnerships. And for those who don't know, a learnership is a structured, essentially learn and earn program, generally over 12 or 18 months, where someone studies and works at the same time. And the reason we focused on this is because it ticks 3 boxes: the income gap, the skills gap, and the experience gap. A learnership literally helps young people get qualified, get paid, and get work experience all in the same little bundle. So we are huge proponents and advocates for more organizations around South Africa doing learnerships. We would love to help as many young people get involved in a learnership as possible, because we just find that they're quite an efficient way to help young people take that next step.
So is there a difference between a learnership and an internship?
Yeah, big difference. So an internship is purely work experience, and most often you get paid. A learnership is designed to help you get a qualification. So a learnership, you are always studying at the same time as you work. And it's fantastic because you can be a matriculant. If you go into an internship for 6 or 12 months, you get work experience and you get paid for 6 or 12 months, and that's it. You either get absorbed or you move on to your next internship, or you go get a full-time job. But you haven't got an accredited qualification. But with a learnership, you end up getting an NQF level qualification, whether it's an NQF 4, 5, 6, or whatever that may be. And in an environment where employers around the country often look to the highest qualification of an individual, a learnership is a much more effective way of helping organizations upskill talent and invest in the development of young talent, whilst improving their BEE scorecard, and whilst growing our economy, because you're now investing in individuals who are earning a salary, hopefully spending that salary on local businesses, growing the GDP of our economy, hopefully creating a stimulation to our fiscus. And at the end of the day, hopefully more people get jobs, and then more people get learnerships, and more people start spending money, and the cycle continues.
So do you have any tips to help young people manage learnerships? Because it can be very scary to enter that space.
Yeah, I've got tips and I've got a free resource. How about that? 2 for 1. So from a tips point of view, find a learnership that is relevant to the career that you want to pursue. You find that many young people in the country are just so desperate that they'll apply for anything and everything, but that really doesn't serve the greater cause, because if you've got the wrong bum in the wrong seat doing the wrong thing, no one wins. You really have to try to tick all 3 boxes: right bum, right seat, right thing. And in terms of a free resource, a lot of people that go into learnerships aren't given adequate preparation at school on all the soft skills and just the general principles about operating in a professional environment, whether that is understanding the contract, or knowing how to find a mentor, or knowing how to speak to your mentor, or knowing how to plan your day, or knowing how to manage time in general, or knowing how to communicate professionally. These are all things that some people in South Africa, because they are privileged, just take for granted because it was just part of their upbringing. But most people in South Africa just don't have this luxury. So what we've done is we've developed a free and 0-rated Learnership Readiness Programme, which is a 7-step program built on Stephen Covey's famous book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And I would highly recommend that every single young person in South Africa does this. There's no cost at all. It's literally free, and it's 0-rated, so you've got no excuse as long as you've got a smart device that you can use or borrow. And once they've gone through this program, they will have a much higher chance of getting into a learnership. They'll have a much higher chance of being, of thriving in that learnership, and they'll have a substantially higher probability of being absorbed and retained after the fact. So I'll send you guys the link at Careers Portal, and you can share that with all the listeners.
So I know you've been helping people find internships, learnerships, bursaries. So what would you say are the key factors to having a successful learnership or internship?
So let's discuss it from the employer side, because there's not much that the young people can do to control this. But we've had many, many conversations with training providers, small businesses, large businesses, corporates, and the general principle is that it all comes down to the recruitment phase. You can have a rock star company, a rock star manager, a rock star training provider. Every single person in this grander team can be incredible. But if you put the wrong learner into the program, it's not going to be a success, because it's all about that learner. So my biggest tip to every employer out there, and for all the young people who have the ability to control this, is to really put adequate time and attention into making sure that you bring the right people into the program. We often say, and it's not a nice saying, but it's true, it's garbage in, garbage out. You can't expect to create diamonds if you haven't got all the little tools and the right pieces of coal to make into those diamonds. So yeah, that would be my biggest tip, is just take the time, allocate the budget to find the right people, and everyone will be far better off for it if they do.
So say I'm the right person as a person who's applying for the learnership or intern. Do you have any tips to help people prevent being exploited?
Yeah. So the don't look so confused. Good question. The Learnership Readiness Programme will definitely help with that. There are modules on how to understand the contract that you're being expected to sign, and what standard contracts look like, and what is reasonable and what is not reasonable. So through going that module, I won't give away everything right now, they will know what to expect, and they'll know what red flags to look out for. They will learn how to negotiate their salaries, because, as you've rightfully pointed out, or at least intimated, young people in South Africa are generally exploited because there are so many unemployed people, and there are employers out there who just think we can pay silly amounts of money. And when I say silly, I mean tiny amounts of money, and still expect to get a return. So it's about knowing your worth, knowing your value, knowing what to look out for, having the confidence to ask the questions. And I say this again from a place of privilege. Not everybody has the luxury or the confidence to do that because they are so desperate. They've been unemployed and living in poverty for so long and that's what makes it so easy for businesses to exploit young people, because they know that no matter what we offer, there will be someone who is willing to accept it. And that should not be the case. But again, when we come back to the mission of the Knowledge Trust, which is to make education more accessible to more people more often, we do that because educated people make better decisions. Educated people know how to take those next steps from an informed basis. And that's why I'm encouraging everybody to go invest in themselves and do the 7-step Learnership Readiness Programme, because that little investment in yourself and that education will really put you in a far better position to avoid exploitative contracts.
What are some exciting projects that you guys have going on at the Knowledge Trust? Any opportunities for young people?
Yeah, plenty. So if you go to the Knowledge Trust right now, there are graduate programs available in Joburg and Cape Town. We've got internships in Cape Town and Joburg. Some of them are for retail companies, some of them are for finance companies, some of them are for research companies. We have a lot of marketing internships available at the moment for the likes of One Day Only and Partner Africa. Some really great brands. And then general education discounts. Through our platform, there are over 1,000 courses that if someone does have enough money to invest in themselves, you can buy a course for as little as 100 Rand.
So, Jaryd, I recently discovered that you started your own company at the age of 15.
Stalker!
What? I didn't know this. So, can you tell us how you did that, and do you have any advice for anyone who's hoping to do something similar?
Yeah, so I started that company out of necessity. I was always quite a hustler and an entrepreneur, but whilst I definitely grew up in privilege in terms of the greater South Africa, in terms of my peers and whatnot at the time, like if I wanted to be able to go to a movie or something, I needed to hustle to try and make some cash so I could go to a movie, And I love technology. I loved IT. So when I was 15, it was just as flash drives started to be a thing, like USB flash sticks. I don't even know if anyone uses those anymore. And all my friends wanted to have music and pictures and school documents. So I just bought a whole lot of flash drives. I think I bought 200 or 300 flash drives and just started selling them to everyone at school. Then I was like, okay, well, if I can buy flash drives and sell those, I can probably buy laptops and sell those. And if I can buy laptops, I can probably buy projectors and big screens and all that kind of stuff. And then if I can supply the hardware, I can probably also support the hardware. So fixing computers and all that kind of stuff. And it just grew quite quickly. We ended up supplying my school, a few departments at UCT. We moved into our first offices when I was 18 or 19. We started supplying some government organizations. So yeah, I did that because I wanted to do something. I found a need. I just listened to people around me, what they wanted and what they were kind of expecting to do. And I didn't sit around and wait for anyone else to do it. I was like, I'll find a way to do that. And I did. Just asking questions. Like the best business ideas come from delivering on a market need. Like, don't try to create the demand when there already is demand, and you find out where there is demand by being curious. So just go out there, speak to people, interview people, look around, speak to your friends and family, look at your own life. What do you wish you could have more of? And that comes from curiosity, and that curiosity should be one that you channel into every single facet of your life. including your own investment. Be curious about yourself. Because if you don't love what you're going to do, then you're probably not going to spend the amount of hours that you need to make a success of it. Being an entrepreneur isn't easy. It's not glamorous. Maybe one day for some people it gets to that stage, but for most part, it's just hard grind and a lot of failure and sleepless nights and stress and cash flow problems and difficult conversations with whether it's a client, a supplier, a team member, whatever that may be. Not trying to scare anyone, I'm just showing you the honest truth of it. And it can be a fantastic career to pursue, and you can change a lot of lives and you can do a lot of great work. But it all starts with you, and no one's going to do it for you. I think that's the biggest thing of an entrepreneur. If you're going to sit around and wait for a golden ticket, or you're going to come up with a business idea but wait for someone else to do something about it, then it's probably not for you. So just bias to action. Don't overthink it too much. Just do it, test it, learn, change, test again, and never give up, because you're going to fail every single day. That's just par for the course. Keep going.
So what helps you overcome failure, or what can help the average person overcome failure if they meet some obstacles along the way?
Don't see failure as failure. See it as a lesson. For us, failure is an opportunity to work out what doesn't work. Failure is a necessity for innovation, and just change your mindset around it. Don't look at it as a roadblock, but rather as an opportunity. I think it helps for us that the work that we do is 100% purpose driven and 100% impact driven. So as many failures as we have on the success story side, we are quite literally seeing people's lives being changed. And we often remind ourselves that yes, there are 9.2 million people that need our help, at least in South Africa alone. But every single life we change and life that we touch can completely just transform the trajectory of that individual. And all the failures, they kind of become irrelevant when you look at that. I mean, someone said to me the other day when it was actually my business coach, I was overwhelmed and I was just like, we're not doing enough. Like, there's so many people that need our help and we're just not doing enough. And he said to me, Jaryd, have you ever stopped to think that, just think about one person's life that you guys have changed. Think about the fact that in 10 years' time or 20 years' time, that one person could be the president of South Africa. That one person could start the next big organization that employs 10,000 people. And it never would have happened if you and your organization weren't there. So just look at the bigger picture. Like, failure, it's going to happen, but look at it as a lesson. Look at it as one tiny little cog in a much, much, much bigger system that we all need to do our parts to try build.
I think it's amazing that you started your own company when you were young and you now help young people find opportunities. So big ups to you for that. So where can we find the Knowledge Trust and any opportunities that you guys have available?
Yeah, I think the best place to go would be our website. It's www.knowledgetrust.org. And on there you can find access to bursaries, learnerships, internships, jobs, education, all that jazz. And then the other place, which I need to get the number for you, is WhatsApp. So we've built a WhatsApp bot because we found out through speaking to our members that they are mostly on WhatsApp and they don't have data to go on Facebook, they don't have data to browse website, but they've got data for WhatsApp. So we've now built a bot where you can create an online CV via WhatsApp. You can take assessments to understand how good you are at numeracy and literacy and growth mindset, all on WhatsApp. Soon you'll be able to apply for jobs on WhatsApp, and already you can get interviewed on WhatsApp. So KFC, all their pre-interviews were done via WhatsApp. So you messaged us and we automatically reply with a question saying, tell us about yourself in 30 seconds, and you'd reply with a voice note. We send you another question, you reply with a voice note. And this is literally allowing young people to be interviewed without having to take a taxi, without having to have lots of data for Zoom or Teams or anything like that. So it's been a game changer. I'm going to give you the WhatsApp number now. Just give me a sheki. Here we go. WhatsApp this number, 067 996 1732. I wish that stood for something and there was an easy way to remember it, but I'm going to say it again. 067 996 1732. And I'm sure Sim will put that on a blog or careers portal somewhere. But yeah, WhatsApp that number to say anything you want. And you'll then be given a menu to create online CVs and take assessments and all that jazz.
Well, thank you so much for your advice, Jaryd, and thank you for letting us know more about what the Knowledge Trust has to offer.
Cheers, ciao. Have a good one.
Thank you so much for joining us. All the links for the Knowledge Trust and the Careers Portal will be down below. Have a lovely day. Bye.